Hello, my name's Jed Aitchison. I'm the project manager of the Buy Nowt LS6 Library of Things. And a Library of Things, or our Library of Things, lends people the kind of things that they'd have to buy but don't use very often. And we lend them it at a fraction of the price, a fraction of the carbon footprint, and a fraction of the space they would take up in their homes. People borrow it for weeks at a time. They give us a donation, either monthly or at the time, and then they return it, and then more people borrow, and that's what we do basically.
What are you most proud about?
I think the thing I'm most proud about with the Buy Now LS6 project is telling people about it and their surprise and their kind of appreciation of something they'd never thought of before. That's what I think I'm most proud of, is bringing a new idea to new people and basically spreading the knowledge is what I'm most proud of. I think is we've now given people another option in their consumer habits, which is cheaper and less carbon intensive and part of the circular economy.
How are you making a difference to Yorkshire's circular economy?
The Library of Things is making, I think, a huge impact on the circular economy in Yorkshire, because what we do at the library, instead of people having to buy a new item, use it, either dispose of it or put it in storage, just sitting there doing nothing, we give them the ability to instead of buying a new item, to borrow it, or if people are finished with an item, they can donate it to us and put it to a better use than just sitting in their attic or their cupboard instead. So we've made a circle of consumption, frankly, either both the individual borrowing, then bringing it back to be used again and again and again, or redirecting what would have been waste or unused goods to a more useful purpose. And that's how I think we're helping with the circular economy and the reuse and more efficient use of the resources we have in the Yorkshire area.
What has been the main lesson learned so far?
I think the main lesson that we've learned from opening the library and running it for about 4 months now is that what you think is easy is sometimes much harder than you think, or you don't realize all the small activities that one has to do to deliver any activity, all the legal agreements, all the policies, all the paperwork and bureaucracy that surrounds a project. I came into it just wanting to open a Library of Things, and you just have to get good at a lot of other things at the same time. So you become a more well-rounded person to deliver the thing you ended up wanting to do to begin with. Another lesson is that it's a bit harder to tell people about the circular economy because it's an unknown thing to them. People don't understand about what you're trying to do with a circular economy activity or project. It's an alien concept, and it's just as hard telling people about our library as much as it is telling them about the whole library concept at all. Those are two things I've learned, I think, from this project, and we've overcome both of those. We've taken them in our stride, but it's just things we've had to deal with and learn about.
What are your top tips for setting up a circular economy initiative?
Some of the tips I have for setting up a circular economy in Yorkshire is, people will say run before you can walk, but I think it's a question of set the baseline before you do any of the bold activities. So the way we delivered our project was a bit of a backward process. We almost did more of the library before we did any of the legal agreements. We did more of the library than we did the volunteer recruitment. And that put us in detriment sometimes because of time constraints. So I think if you're going to do this, if you're going to do it, you need a few things. Get your legal documentation ready first if you want to be a CIC or a charity or unincorporated. Make that decision first before you do your project. Don't start the project and think, oh, what are we? Get your accounts in order as soon as you can as well, because people, every year you have to do your accounts, and it can be a real hurdle if you do it at the 11th hour. I'd say also, don't be afraid to ask for help or ask for people to be your advocate. Don't think you can do it on your own. Okay, I think it's a bit foolhardy to think you can do it on your own, or that other people don't want to help you, or that, let people know that you require help to make this happen, especially like your councillors or MPs or third sector organizations in your area. Say, I want to start this and I will absolutely need help, and most times they will help you, but they don't know about you unless you reach out to them and tell them that you need this thing. So do the boring stuff first. Get people to help you and be your advocate and be your spokesperson. And those two things I think would really put you in a service. And we did some of those in a backwards order, and that at times made things more complicated or made things more time crunchy, for lack of better words. Those are my advice for anyone starting up anything in the circular economy.